Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mandy and I want to welcome you to this channel because it is basically a mixture right now of a lot of planning and just things that work for me as a busy mom. And this may be a totally different style video than my planning videos, but I feel like my planning and my mom life are super combined and it helps me to be more productive. And this video is going to be all about how I am more productive, or the most productive, when I have 3 little kids around. So I hope you stay tuned for this video and like it if it is something that seems like you have an issue in or that you are struggling with right now. Hopefully like it because you also like the video and it gave you something to help you in this challenge right now. And just subscribe if you want any more. I do feel like my planning stuff connects to this, but I understand if you don't want a planning channel in your feed. However, I like to do both, and I'm a new YouTuber, so I'm really not going to have 2 different channels. I'm going to combine it for now and see what you guys end up just connecting with. But it is too hard for me not to share some things that have worked for me. So thank you for joining me, and here we go. Okay, you guys, I just want to put it out there that these are just some things that have worked for me. They are not saying that they're going to work for you or that they are going to continue always working for me. But in this season of my life right now, these are just some things that are working, and I want to share them with you guys. Okay, so I have my coffee. I have my pack and play behind me. It is not filled with any babies, but I just want to tell you it's real life. I have my squeaky chair. I have yet to get a chair that does not squeak up here. I know I need to put it on my list, but when I go downstairs, I forget about it. So, all right. So again, I just want to tell you none of these things have been proven to work. They prove to me that they work and that they're working for right now in this season. But it all depends on your personality and your children's personality. That is honestly the most that I can say right now, is that you have to work with your kids' personalities. You have to try to find what works between you and your kids. If you have a specific personality and some of these things don't work for you, that is totally fine. So my hope in this video is that you might just get one little teeny weeny thing that will help you in your life. And that is honestly awesome if that happens. So the first thing I want to mention, and these are in no particular order, I probably should have put them in some kind of special order, but the first thing I want to mention is productivity pockets. I call them productivity pockets because there are small amounts of times or pockets throughout my day where I can get more done than probably if I had tried to get done in 1 hour. So to figure out your productivity pockets, you might want to write down how your day goes, or maybe the next time you go through your day, you can figure out, hey, is this a good time where I can multitask? I know multitasking isn't the healthiest for our brains. That's just something I've heard. I would probably have to do more research on that. But there are pockets throughout the day that you can do more than just 1 or 2 things and get quite a bit done. So for me, a productivity pocket would be, I make sure that I eat my breakfast and I try to have my coffee, eat my breakfast, relax with the kids for a little bit, try to get my Bible time in, and then it's time to feed the kids. So I specifically ate breakfast before I fed the kids because while they are eating breakfast is a productivity pocket for me. Now, usually I'm feeding my daughter while my boys are eating as well. However, we're in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen at the counter with her right now, and I am able to unload the dishwasher. I'm able to declutter some of the kitchen because I'm in the kitchen for a pocket of my day, actually a few pockets of my day, but that is where I have found, hey, I can actually keep up with the dishes here. I can keep up with my kitchen here. I can clean out my fridge. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can find those different pockets throughout the day, but sometimes you kind of have to be looking for them first. Okay, another way that I have been somewhat productive with 3 little kids around is just kind of doing a toy rotation. Now, you may have heard of this before. I am not going to tell you that I do this regularly or am very consistent with it, But when we rotate the toys, I do find that that gives my kids some extra play time, extra creativity time, because they haven't seen those toys in a while. It's more exciting around the house when I do this because, again, they haven't seen those toys around. There's something about when you see something all the time, you end up almost ignoring it, or you end up not appreciating it as well. And when we do the toy rotation, it gives me some extra production time throughout the day. If there are some toys or activities that they may not have seen in a while, and they can work on a little bit longer and not get too bored with. I suggest doing this monthly or even weekly. There are some smaller things that I do daily, and I'll talk about those in just a second. So another thing that I do is a little bit of plan ahead time. I find that anytime that I can plan a little bit of ahead of time, I actually find more production in my day and also more intentional time with my kids. So if, for example, right now, we do school Monday through Thursday, and on Fridays we still do school, but it's kind of like that day that I want to fit in the other things besides our core subjects of math and language. I want to fit in art, I want to fit in crafts, I want to fit in history and science and all those things. I want to do fun things. I want it to be Fun Friday, but it will not happen productively if I don't plan it. And I like to plan things that my kids can work on by themselves after I've spent some time with them, so that way I can go and find a productivity pocket and get some things done around the house. Maybe I can throw in a load of laundry or get a couple things for work done because they're enjoying what we started. Sometimes having a list of things like this is nice. Sometimes you can have like a stick that the kids can pull. Now that might mean you want to pull it a day or two ahead of time, so it gives you time to prep if it's some kind of art activity or lesson that you want to do. But just having those things ready to go and knowing that they're coming ahead of time, just having that plan is very helpful in your production, so that way you don't have to go scrambling for all the items that you're trying to do with them. Okay, the next thing that I have is take some time to create some busy bins, or I have busy baskets. And this is mainly for my toddler, but my older is actually really interested in these and can find plenty of things to do with these as well. So I'm probably going to make some for my older son as well. But when I do things with my kids, or I need some kind of distraction for my toddler when we're doing school, or you know what, I just need to pull something out that's easy to put away and will keep them entertained for 15-20 minutes, I will pull out our busy basket. So this busy basket, I just have random things in it. I have like a couple felt ABC and 1, 2, 3 books that I got from the Target dollar spot, I think. I have a couple Dollar Tree type things. I had this like cube type thing, the number cubes where the kids can count the cubes, they can organize them by color, they can make patterns. I have a couple different sets, and what I did was I made something for Monday through Friday. So that way we can just pull out a bin that's similar to other bins, but it has other things in there too, a coloring page. Honestly, anything can get thrown into these things. Sometimes if we do go through and get like a Happy Meal or something, I'll toss the toys a lot of times, but I can put these in those busy bins or busy baskets because it kind of like brings back a little excitement, and they're like, oh, that's where that was. So I try to just kind of put random things in here, and then monthly or every other month I go through them and I clean them out and I put new things in there and I rotate things, so that way there's a little bit of newness, a little bit of old stuff, and they're just always kind of excited to go through this bin. I've even put some of our old, like as Mira goes through some of the baby food that we have, not the jars, but like the crunchy snacks, I put those in there with like a little cut in the top of the lid, and they just put little fun things in them, and they honestly are entertained for quite a bit. And when I'm doing school with my older son, I can have my toddler work on one of these bins at the table, and I can even, in little breaks with my older son, point out learning type of activities that he can do with those little busy baskets that we have. So having those is super helpful, and I can get a lot done when I pull just one of those baskets out. I have one for Monday through Friday, and again, I just kind of go through them every now and then or add things to them if there's space. We also make sure that we go outside. And even in the rainy months, I made sure that we went outside. There was probably not a day that went by where we did not go outside. We do have a covered patio, so that is nice, but that fresh air just rejuvenates everybody, not only the kids. I make sure that I make it intentional time with my kids when I go outside. It may not be the whole time that we are outside, but it's definitely helpful for me as well, because when we're stuck inside, we can get just bored, we can get low energy, you can kind of just get stuck in a rut. And going outside and getting that fresh air and that sunlight or daylight, it just definitely helps you to just re-energize and re-motivate yourself. This one is helpful if you're trying to get some stuff done around the house. So involve your kids in the cleaning if you can. I know, it's really, really hard when you have the young ones that don't know how to do it, but give them something that is kind of helpful for you, but isn't detrimental if they don't get it done the right way. So I am not going to give my toddler one of his first things to do is dishes. I'm not going to do that. It's just not going to happen right. It might be even more of a mess, and we're trying to be productive, right? That's the whole point of this video. So here's an idea that I found that was really helpful, is getting like a paper towel, or I even saw this somewhere where you can get a, what are they called? The dryer sheets, and have them wipe off the baseboards. That gets a lot of the dust off, something about the dryer sheet, but anything, a towel, whatever, have them wipe off the baseboards. It's something that I hate doing. I'm bent over very awkwardly. It hurts my back, and the kids are right there and they love to help. So give them something like that where they can wipe off the cupboards and the doors, sanitize the handles, baseboards, just anything that's not going to be just really frustrating if they do it wrong or don't do it at all, really, but they still feel like they're helping. And I promise you that you can get at least a chore or two done in that time frame that they are working on that. Now, you might have to take the time to show them, invest in your kids, and show them how to do these chores, or what I like to call home care, because my kids probably look at the word chores negatively, and I want them to know that it is important and it is fun to take care of our home. So if you're trying to get chores done and they really want to help you, that is one of my biggest tips in that area. You can also set a timer, turn on the music, and honestly, you're going to find that you have just really awesome memories with your kids when you do that too. And it also, again, makes your home care more fun and not daunting, like, oh, we have to do chores now. It just makes it almost more of a fun time, and you make some memories. Now this one, I know you've probably heard it and everyone says it, but use your nap times if you can. A lot of times, the nap times for me, that's my break. I don't want to be productive and do chores, but guess what? Part of me getting a break helps me be productive the next part of my day. If I don't get a break, I won't be productive. I will hate the rest of the day if I am not rested and I do not feel like I have gotten a mental and physical break. So whether you're using naps to be moving productive or resting productive, use the naps for yourself if you can. Now, if you've watched any of my things before, you definitely know I'm a list maker. I like to write things down. When I have brainstorm sessions, I am like in my, I'm in my zone, and I often write down my routine. And I've asked myself, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep writing down your routine like you need it to change or something? I find that when I do that, I do kind of need a little bit of a change. But the best thing I find about writing down my routine is that I realize that there are some areas that can be changed for more production. And I end up finding that I can plug things in that I couldn't plug in there before. So I would suggest writing down your routine as often as you feel needed, maybe monthly or seasonally, because as the seasons change, I find that we end up having our routine change as well. And when our routine changes, some things that used to work don't work anymore, and some things that didn't work there before may work now. For example, it's spring now and I want to work out in the morning again, when in the winter I didn't really want to work out in the morning. I didn't feel ready, my body was still tired, and it's kind of shifting. So write down your routine and evaluate it as often as you feel it's needed, or as often as you just feel like it. If you don't feel like it and you haven't done it in a while, go ahead and sit yourself down, reevaluate your routine, write down what you already do, and then see if there's any areas that you can fit in some of those things that you want to be more productive in. I would suggest starting with like 1 or 2 things you want to be more productive with, and then seeing where you can put those in a week. And if it worked out, great, and you can add some more things, that's great. If it didn't work out, the next week you can kind of reevaluate some stuff, or even the next day or two, depending on how many days you were able to try it out. I also find that this kind of gets me more motivated to go throughout my day and get things done. If I haven't been able to do home care regularly, which is my cleaning, then when I write down my routine and kind of plug it in, I am more prone to try it out and do it and see if it works. And if it works, I'm more motivated. Now, I know this video is all about being productive with little kids around, but I also want to say that if you're anything like me and you feel like you are putting so much more attention and energy towards the things that you want to be productive with, and then you find at the end of the day, was I really productive with my own children, or for my own self, or in my own marriage? Then I want to say put those things first. Home care or cleaning can wait. Work, I mean, I know you have to do that. There's things that you have to do, but make sure you have some non-negotiables. So if you're finding that you aren't doing any intentional time with your kids or for yourself or on your marriage, whatever situation that you are in, then make sure that that's a priority for you first. So when you're writing down your routine, make sure to circle the areas or the times of days that you are being intentional in the areas that are non-negotiable for you. So my non-negotiables are those things: my kids, my husband, myself, and my time with God. Those are my top priorities. So I have to make sure that those are there first before I can be productive with cleaning and stuff like that. So it's just, the reason that I think that's so important is because if you get all of those other things done, it's going to be cool and great, and you're going to feel like, yay, I checked some things off, but I'm neglecting some areas that I have been truly blessed with. And I truly feel that God has given those things to me because He knows that I need them. And if I don't get that time with them, I'm going to feel guilty. And those other things are not going to satisfy me ultimately. I just need to focus on those things and make sure that I'm intentional with them. So my suggestion in this area is to make sure that they are on your top priority, and then get productive after you have made sure that there is time for them. I'm not saying that check them off the list and make sure everybody gets your time like first thing in the morning, but just make sure that they are scheduled into your day so that way you can be intentional but productive at the same time. All right, you guys, so these are just a few different ways that I have felt that I can be productive with little kids around in the season that I am in right now. If I didn't mention it, which I don't think I did, I am a part-time work from home mom right now, and I have 3 kids. I have a 7-year-old boy, I have a 3-year-old boy, and a 1-year-old daughter. We are all home. I'm trying to take care of my home. I'm trying to school my son. I am trying to keep a clean home. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to take care of myself, and just all the things. So yeah, we can't do it all at once, but we can definitely try to be productive and intentional. And that is my encouragement to you today. So if you like these kind of videos, give it a thumbs up for me, please. And I hope that you subscribe if you haven't yet to see more. I will see you guys in my next video really, really soon. I post Tuesday, Thursdays, and on the weekends. And if you're interested in planning, I have many of those coming out soon as well. So thanks for joining me, you guys, and I hope to see you for the next one. Have a busy, blessed day or week or weekend, whatever it is for you, and I'll see you later.